As stewards of the Christian faith and followers of Christ, we are called to ensure peace and justice among our communities and societies. The role of the Catholic Church in social injustices and issues are also very much important. One of the ways in which the Church contributes to mitigating and addressing such social problems is through the development of the social teachings of the Church. This includes social encyclicals, which are documents that serve as the guide for Catholics to make wise choices, especially when dealing with social and societal issues. These are documents that are founded on the truths revealed by the Christian faith, and with this, in the life of a believer and follower of Christ, such guides and roadmaps are very much necessary in order for one to lead and live a life like that of Christ. The Rerum Novarum in 1891 was an encyclical that describes and examines the condition of workers, particularly for industrial laborers who suffered an inhuman misery. This encyclical discussed topics on property issues and inequalities among people, particularly the unequal distribution of wealth and huge gap between the rich and poor. Additionally, the encyclical also discussed the protection of workers, wherein the Rerum Novarum argues that the improvement in the workplace is key to addressing division among the people. It also discusses that the government must intervene in order to ensure that workers are receiving their wages that are due to them. It is the duty of the employers, as stated in the Rerum Novarum, to give workers what is just, promoting the protection of these workers.
The Quadragesimo Anno by Pope Pius XI in 1931 aims to give justice and fairness to the laborers and workers who worked hard for their own property. It desires to change the system of capitalism since it creates unfairness to the laborers that also have to work for the passive income of private individuals managing the capital. In this document, the principle of subsidiarity was also introduced, wherein Pope Pius XI explained that it is an injustice, a grave evil, and a disturbance of right order to assign to a greater and higher association what lesser and subordinate organizations can do, which is similar to how it is gravely wrong to take from individuals what they can accomplish through their own initiative and industry and give it to the community. That is because every social activity should, by definition, serve the members of the social body rather than destroying and absorbing them. In 1961, St. John XXIII published the Mater et Magistra to promote equity between the rich and the poor. He believes that this imbalance hinders the peace and may promote violence. This document promotes the rights of every individual to gain access to basic needs regardless of social class. Additionally, this document emphasizes the importance of the agricultural sector since it has been underrated by the industry. St. John XXIII wanted the state to support the agricultural sector for it to grow and to balance the economy towards the common good.
St. John XIII, Pacem in Terris, 1963. Peace on Earth. The entire cyclical was a defense of human rights and obligations, appealing to its audience on the basis of a shared community within a community of nations. All laws should be created to sustain the moral order and to safeguard and promote the human rights described, because public power should be seen as a reflection of the divine order. Individual nations have rights and dignity just as individuals do, and no nation should violate or infringe upon the rights of another. Pastoral exhortations is a call for members of the church community to take a more active role in promotion of the rights outlined in the first four points.
The Populorum Progressio in 1967 is an encyclical that is known for its emphasis and topic on development and is referred to as the Magna Carta on development in the Catholic social teachings. This encyclical attends to poor nations as it addresses the slow development of poor countries compared to the rapid progress of rich nations. The encyclical also calls for authentic and integral human development, not just through economic and material progress, but by the evaluation of the values that the society and the people hold. Moreover, the Populorum Progressio highlights that in attaining lasting peace, the global community must realize the importance of equal opportunity towards development and must become a possibility for all nations.
Pope John Paul II wrote the encyclical Laborem Exercens in 1981 to commemorate and celebrate the 98th anniversary of the publication of Rerum Novarum. Employment and labor concerns have remained important to the church during those 90 years. Work has changed dramatically since the Industrial Revolution, and technical and inventive improvements are hastening the process. His Holiness emphasizes on the dignity of human effort in the modern world in this encyclical. John Paul II upholds the dignity of labor and places at the heart of the social problem.
John Paul II, Second Social Encyclical, Solicitudere Sociales, o Solicitude for Social Issues, was published in 1987. Central to this social teaching is that all aspects of social action must respect and promote all the dimensions of the human person. Instead, fairness and true growth of human beings represent progress. Following the introduction, the second section, Originality of the Encyclical Populorum Progressio, discusses the letter written by Pope Paul VI 20 years earlier. Solicitudere Socialis placed a greater focus on the experience of the Global South. John Paul II integrates and upholds the ideas of structural sin and poor persons option, albeit taking a somewhat critical position toward liberation theology.
Centesimus Annus, written to show appreciation and support for the growth of the Catholic social teaching, is an encyclical published by John Paul II. This encyclical critiques the idea of communism and gives support to the concept of free market as an efficient system for utilizing resources and for recognizing the freedom of people. Additionally, this encyclical argues that any economic program will hardly be just and effective if it does not lead to subsidiarity and solidarity.
Caritas in Veritate was Pope Benedict XVI only encyclical addressing issues of social justice. It is the first post-Cold War social encyclical, having been published in 2009. Caritas in Veritate is an anniversary encyclical honoring Pope Paul VI, 1967, exhortation Populorum Progressio on Development. Saint Benedict XVI postponed the publication of Caritas in Veritate in order to confront the global financial crisis that was brewing as he was writing it.
The Laudato Si was made by Pope Francis to condemn the damage that modern society causes to the environment. It makes the case that humankind's penchant for quick, short-term profits is what leads to the abuse and neglect of the environment. Additionally, it cautions us against the risk posed by our environmental attitudes. This document serves as a reminder to individuals that they must act like the guardians of this planet, and that by mistreating the environment, we are eventually neglecting mankind and ourselves. All of these documents have their own specific role and purpose to improve the society and solve social issues. These may serve as a wonderful guide for us religious people to serve the community for its betterment, because we have also a responsibility to make the world a better place for us all.